of the mind.
And we are live.
Hey,
Um,
Hello.
hello, hello.
hello,
Welcome.
internet.
Hello, Internet. Yes, this is
Oh,
recording.
shoot.
And hopefully I updated my Twitch settings correctly so that this is all getting saved. We'll find out.
Hey,
Can I swear?
we'll
Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah. Yeah,
Fuck
this is
yeah.
this channel is in fact marked as over 18.
yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah. So, if
yeah,
anybody has a backup way of recording that they want to use, feel free to do so.
I need to send the link
boobies.
to my mom
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should send that
because
link.
my mom
Hey,
said
Sean.
to send. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Sean's coming to visit.
Yeah, I know.
But,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sean's coming to visit. So, this is session one of When the Stars Fell. You guys have been working very, very hard on your characters. I have been working very, very hard on this world. I'm very excited to welcome you guys into it and see what you're gonna do with this insane sandbox that I have, because possibilities are endless. Is this better, Sean? Anyway, we'll see if this continues. Yes, keep letting us know in the chat if things sound weird, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you all.
Yeah, my time.
With that being said, I'm gonna suggest we all move over to Roll20 and start. This is the world of kerosene. I have set your character tokens much larger than they will be in actual play size, so that you can all take a good look at them. And also I've put them geographically where you've been spending your time recently. So Otep, you're up by the Troll Moors. Fenris, you're down kind of by Ritsang. And Dasha, you are off in the wilds, in the forests, seeing things. This evening, as you all know, you are set to reunite in the town of Singtra, which sits on the southeast side of Lake Laogai, in our world of kerosene. So, yeah, that's where we're all headed. We're going to start, not in a tavern as you might expect, but instead on a road outside the forest, outside Singtra. A figure is walking the road, not really watching their steps, but rather their environment. A silhouette of bulk, they move with confidence and an air of assurance, and as the form crests a rise in the path, the sun begins to glow against the horizon, and turning towards the sunset, Otep, you toss your hood back and inhale the warmth of the golden light. In this moment, I'd love for you to please describe your physical appearance and just a little bit about yourself, as you will be appearing to your companions this evening.
Cool. So I'm Ben, for those who don't know.
Yep, yeah, and, yeah.
Yes. Hi. Hello, internet. I'm going to be playing the character of Igleshi Otifereth, also known to everybody that he knows as Otep. Otep is a half elf, half orc, or an orc elf, some sort of weird mixing of the blood, but he is probably about 6'2", very big. Very quick kind of like backstory is that he grew up with Dasha and Fenris, the other two characters who we meet as well. But when he was around 13 years old, his mother passed away, and it was around the time that she passed that Otep learned of his true heritage. He never really knew that he was part elf. He always knew that he was a half orc, but he never knew that he was part elf. And so this caused him to go on a long journey where eventually he found his father, who didn't really accept him as a person, but instead like invited him in, and he became a guard in the city of Tifereth, very, very far away. After many years of serving through a very kind of convoluted story. Eventually, Otep is banished, and in the old tongue, the word Agleshi means exile. So that is where his name comes from. But it was on the path back from this exile that Otep began to kind of discover something different and new, and rather than kind of following a single path that most paladins would in his stead, instead he rather has jumped around to a bunch of different schools of thought, learning from monks and from wizards and from, from everyone in the woods. And he follows his own real kind of path that is led by a force, a figure that he only really refers to as the light. So when the sun is cresting up and Otep kind of feels the sun, he pulls his hood back and feels the sun on his skin and says a very small mantra out loud of like a thanks to the light, like thank you for bringing this light upon me. Yeah, and his kind of physical appearance is that he's 6'2", he's kind of a little bit bigger. He's got armor on, but it's very, very old, and it is very, very, like, it is covered in a lot of dirt and rust and, other things that, most people would have cleaned off, but Otep spends so much time in the woods that he kind of doesn't care, and he knows that, like, the moment that you get it clean, 10 minutes later it's going to get dirty anyway, so, might as well stay dirty. But yeah,
cool.
Kind of walking along.
Well, thank you, Otep. It's nice to meet you. As you're walking and breathing and finding your center and thanking the light and continuing down the road, I would love for you to please make a perception or investigation check.
Cool. We're gonna go with perception. Oh my God! First roll of the game. That is a nat 20 right there.
No.
Excellent. As you're walking along the path, you notice a set of 4 colored stones set in the square on the side of the road. They catch your eye. And with that, we're going to cut over to the forest outside of Singtra, where a shadowed figure is drifting through the trunks, dodging scrub and stumps, and despite the chill in the late summer evening, the figure's moving quickly and efficiently. They push forward, the trees start to thin, and flashes of brilliant orange light begin to filter through the leaves. Oh no, we've lost Fiona!
Oh no!
Technical difficulties, pause!
Please hold.
Damn it.
Holding.
Holding.
It's okay. I wonder if she lost power.
Maybe.
I wonder.
It's been raining like
raining
all
today?
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta. Someone shoot a text.
Fuse
Yeah,
Fuse just blew in her house. She'll be back in a second.
Oh, fun. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Well.
Do we want to introduce the other character?
We can wait. We can take
Or
questions.
do we want to
from the
wait? Yeah.
chat. How y'all
Yeah.
doing,
Do we want to do
chat?
questions?
Yeah, we can talk to the chat.
Cool. Yeah. I also actually need some time because I need to put in my super cool weapon.
Ooh.
Let me check the chat real quick. Sadness. No, thank you. 6. Thank you. 5. Okay, smartness.
Yes. Good.
Leto 2 did nothing wrong. Lucky boy. What's up? Yeah.
No.
Rippin' sadness. Hello, all 6 of you in chat. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Another TV
Yes,
viewer, Business Daddy, Edalena, Joint Effort, Mystic125, Leto 2 did nothing wrong, and Grey Codex.
Hey. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties. We've been having some weather out here on the northeast, and it's apparently affected one of our players' houses. So, we'll be back shortly.
Stay
Oh, it's
a while
Ryan.
and listen.
Oh, it's Finn.
Oh yeah, Ryan Finn. Gotta love him. The best of all humans.
And we've got Meme Queen Sophia. Hello, hello, hello.
Meme Queen.
Queen. Yes.
We're getting the stream together for those of you who are just joining us. Some of you have already heard, but fuse has blown in a house. We're getting there. D&D's excellent. We all agree with you, Meme Queen.
Yeah. We all love D&D.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
mhm.
Wilfred sends his love, Ben.
Who?
Wilfred.
Oh, Wilfred. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That beautiful, beautiful boy.
Lol. Rip Becca. Becca is apparently staying up watching a D&D stream instead of going to bed tonight.
Hey.
We all make choices,
Hey.
right?
Same,
Good
bro.
choice,
Right? Like, this is my Friday night. This is what I'm doing.
This is too bad it's Monday.
Yeah, I know.
Monday's the new Friday.
It is for me.
Yeah.
Me too.
Ripperoonie.
Rip the dream.
Rip the dream, indeed.
Indeed.
So I have a sneaking suspicion that
This is gonna take longer.
this might take a minute because Dasha probably has to reboot whole computer system.
Probably.
Would be my guess. Yeah.
Probably.
So we will see. I think we can probably just stay here for the moment. I mean,
Yeah, we'll stay in a holding pattern.
Mm-hmm. We can go around and show everyone our dice.
yeah, actually, in the meantime, let's have a dice cam. Let's do it, guys. What are we all rolling with
Yeah.
tonight?
Jesus Christ.
Cool. Who wants to start? Oh,
Hey, we should.
Hey, look at
Hey,
that.
right as we were about to get to the best part of the show. Oh darn! The legendary dice cam.
I don't think anyone will see my dice with the lighting I have in here.
Same here, honestly.
I think the stream, the cam would get a good shot, but I don't think you guys would. Here, we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
over here. How does this look?
Hey, there's a
Hey.
Fiona.
One of my fuses blew.
Yeah, I saw your text. We just decided to let you resolve it. You good?
I mean, I'm fine,
Okay.
but I don't have access to my fuse box at home. So I have to text my landlord and be like, hey, can I have access to where the fuse box is so I can fix my own issues?
That's super upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm here.
Hey.
Well, glad you're here. Are you here, or do you need a sec?
I'm working it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working it. It's working.
Yeah.
It's going.
Okay. Well,
We're doing it.
I'm
Doing
gonna
it.
read it. I'm
Doing
gonna read a thing again. We got through Otep, so I'm just gonna reread that thing because I don't know at what point you dropped out.
Quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Good. A shadowed figure drifts through the trunks, dodging scrub and stumps. Despite the chill in the late summer evening, the figure moves quickly and efficiently. As they push forward, the trees begin to thin and flashes of brilliant orange light filter through the leaves. Reaching the edge of the wood, they look around to get their bearings, tossing back their cowl to bask in the light. Dasha, please describe yourself here as you appear to your companions this evening.
Well, first of all, hi, my name is Fiona. My power went out, and that's fine.
Not fun.
I will be playing Dasha, the half-elf who has strikingly dark red hair, very long, big, bushy, that she has had to learn how to put away, as they say. She is 5'2", so she is small, but as I say, proportionate. She is has freckles, about honey skin, blue-green eyes. She is wearing a sort of cowl, as was said, around her neck with some leather and otherwise armor adorning her, dressed in relatively dark red, which is torn with wear, doesn't really care as much, and hasn't really been home or in a place to replace any of her clothes for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. As you breathe and find your way down this path that you have trodden before, please make a perception or investigation check for me.
I would be delighted. Let's see which one of those I want to do. You know, I would like to make an investigation check. Gotta pull out my dice.
We're professional.
Your dice are so
We're
loud.
professional. I know, it's a bag. It's a bag of them. There's many of them. I had to get out the right one. I got out the right one.
Oh my god.
That, oh my god. That, my dear friends, is a nat 1.
Oh! You should have just lied.
That would be not.
No, that's not how you play the game.
That's not how you play the game.
Well, you know you're close to home.
Cool.
Otep,
while.
we're gonna cut over to you.
Cool. There are 4 colored stones.
Yeah.
What colors are they?
And so you know that they are red. They're in a square, and you know that this sign is Thieves' Cant for a rally point. So you know that you have reached somebody's rally point, and you recognize the color red. You recognize this particular shade of red. Dasha,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Dasha, I would like you to make a perception check for me again, please.
Before
Okay.
that happens, can I play a game?
Can you play a game?
Can I play a game?
Maybe.
So I look down and I recognize the stones. Do I know who they belong to, right?
Make me a history check.
Cool. I would be glad to.
I like this game.
We love this game.
Mm.
Woo! Yeah, no, that's a 7.
You recognize this color, but oh boy, you cannot quite place the last time you saw these. You're still up on your Thieves' Cant from your time working the trade routes, but your time with the color code's a little off. It's an old. It's very rudimentary. It's effective, but it's a pretty rudimentary way of communicating with Thieves' Cants, and you just can't quite place the color code. You've been out of it for too long.
Okay, cool.
Dasha,
Then I'll just sit down.
Yeah,
sit down next
you
to you and
recognize
play.
it. You definitely know what it is, but you can't nail it down. Dasha, your turn.
That was a 15 for my perception.
There we go. So you are glancing around. You walk past a little ways, and as you start to make a bend, as you come to a fork in the road, you realize, hang on a second, I thought I saw a trail marker back a ways, and you backtrack, and you find 5 red stones and an arrow pointing a little bit to the right. And I would like a history check from you, please.
Oh, that is something that I'm fine at, actually. So that's fine.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
that.
We love average. That's a 12.
Cool. So you know that this is Thieves' Cant for a pathway. I mean, it's an arrow. Again, you can recognize the colors that are on them, but you know that it's home, right? Like, this is a thing that you very much associate with home. You know that you're close, you're on the right track, but you're not quite sure where the rally point is yet. Or who... Yeah. And now we're going to cut along to the edge of the road that we're all on, and darting along the side of it, a cloaked shadow pulls itself into the wood on either side of the path, and moving cautiously, they slow and observe the massive silhouette on top of the rise, basking in the sun. And as you stand there, Fen, I would love for you to describe yourself as you're going to appear to your companions tonight.
Right. So I'm Kit, and I am playing Fenris Allgrove, who is a half-elf. He's about 6 foot, a lanky, lanky boy. Not undernourished, but lanky. A wiry lad. He's got long, white hair. At this particular moment, he's got it pulled back into a man bun type situation. And he's got a Legolas braid in there as well. He's got several piercings on at least one of his ears. And most of his clothes look relatively new. The armor, he's wearing some light leather armor, and that looks like it was just purchased.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a cloak that looks a little bit older, and a kind of shawl, not unlike the one that I am wearing, of a similar shade of red. And again, his clothes are a mix of being very, very new, and there's a couple things that look like they were either hand-me-downs or he's had them for a bit. And he stands there, as you said,
Cool.
in the woods by the side of the road.
So I would love for you to give me a perception or a history check or investigation. You obviously, being our party's rogue, have left behind these signs, so you were expecting things. I think that this is perhaps alluding to maybe the new bit of Fen that people wouldn't be recognized to. You're planning things and,
Yes.
you know, leading people places. So yeah, you are not surprised to see Otep there, but you have stopped before he can notice you. So yeah.
Cool. That's a 13
Okay.
on that perception check.
Yeah, you recognize that it's probably him. Like, he's sat there, he's meditating, he's clearly waiting. You left a somewhat obvious, but to anyone who's not looking for it, they'd miss it sort of sign. So, cool. Yeah, you see him. He's blissfully unaware of your presence, just waiting for you. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Alright,
And-
good. First spell of the game. Let's go.
Yeah. And I'm gonna float that spectral hand. The spectral hand kind of hovers there in front of me for a second. And I'm like, all right, go on then. And it floats its way over to Otep behind him, out of his line of sight, and pokes him twice quickly on the shoulder.
I'm in the middle of going through like a long series of mantras that are all dedicated to light, and there's a line that's Aure Mira Ilya Koni, and it, like, there's a moment of stop, and Otep just kind of has that moment of like doing the quick look around and like looks like, do I see anything? Do I see anything? Do I see anything?
I step out of the woods by the side of the road across.
Ah, you got me again, Fen.
How you doing, mate?
And I get on up from meditating and run on over and give a big old bear hug.
I run across.
Friendship.
Dasha.
Hey!
Dasha, as you are, I think it is safe to say that, Dasha, you have had the longest trip out of the three. And as you are just slogging through the last, like, miles to home, you see in front of you two massive silhouettes. Well, you see one massive silhouette embracing what appears to be a smaller silhouette, but you're not quite sure. But you think you see little feet flailing.
They are flailing.
Okay.
No, definitely flailing.
And why don't you give me a perception check just for giggles and shits?
I
Oh my
love
God.
giggles and shits. Oh, hello?
Let's
Don't fuck it up.
just to say we rolled some dice tonight.
I love rolling dice. Well, let me tell you something. That's a 10.
You know what? I think you know that they're there, obviously. You can't really tell what's going on, though. You're gonna have to get a bit closer to figure out what exactly is going on. You saw the Thieves' Cant sign for the pathway ahead, but you haven't noticed anything else. So you just see two strangers embracing, one maybe struggling, maybe not.
So I'm gonna ready. I think that this site is concerning, but not that concerning. So I'm gonna ready a little bit of let's see. Hang on. Just because we also love spells. I'm just gonna ready some like little sparks in my hand with prestidigitation, knowing that no matter what happens, I cannot do anything with this. But I'm just gonna ready them.
Okay.
And start like inching closer.
Okay.
Trying to sort of be unseen by this pair of people that might be fighting.
Why don't you give me a stealth check at disadvantage? Oh, Jesus.
Good. Because I need the disadvantage to roll terribly. Thank you. I'm gonna switch dice. This is gonna be loud. That, well, I rolled a 5 both times.
You are not.
However, that's a +3. So it's a little better.
That's amazing.
Sorry.
The clatter of dice.
Do not apologize when you're not freaking sorry, okay? That's not cool.
Okay. Well, that's all of them.
So what was your total on that check?
That was an 8 on that one.
Yeah, Otep and Fen, you both watch sparklers go off down the hill. And because you two are technically silhouetted by the sun right now, so you clearly see Dasha. You see Dasha, like, lurking with sparklers in her hand, like, trying to be sneaky, but, like, meanwhile, she's in the middle of the road, sun's down on her face, she's got prestidigitation sparklers in her hand, like...
Okay. In the moment, yeah. In this moment now, I assume that I'm the one who's like bear hugging Ben, like up, and I just have this moment, and I then see Dasha. I see the sparklers, and I have this split-second moment of like, Fen, play along, and then I just do a like WWE throw, and like throw you.
I clock that. And
like a big throw, and I'm like, oh yeah!
And I like get into it.
Yeah.
No, go on.
And just like in that moment, I then like do like a good long turn, so that then I'm silhouetted above Dasha, and I just slowly pull out my big mace. It's called It's called, what is it called? The Basker. I pull out the Basker. It's this big magical mace, and silhouetted I'm up on top, and I'm like, who goes there?
And I've played along.
Give me an intimidation check, Ben. And I want a intelligence save from you, Dasha.
Oh,
And
thank
because-
God.
And because I'm a half orc, I get what's the little P?
Proficiency? You're proficient.
I get proficiency on intimidation checks.
Good.
Ooh, okay, so that is a 14 for me on the intimidation. Arr!
That's an 18 for me on my intelligence.
goddamn.
A 19. A 19. Either way, yours is higher. You know exactly what this is. You know you've been made, Dasha, but you also know this is Otep just clowning. This is totally something. This is a common thing for him to do to mess with you guys. So the three of you have been reunited on the road outside of Singtra at last. It has been a long several years.
Have been a few years.
Yeah, bring bring yourselves together, catch up.
Holy shit! Like, and there's that moment where there's a moment where I'm standing up, and then I'm just like, I'm just fucking with you, and I like throw the mace, and I run over and I give a big old bear hug to Dasha.
I reciprocate, though I can't really like.
Yeah, no, your legs are actually like flailing.
Like I am probably at least triple my height at this point in like being held. So
yeah, a little bit.
If I fall, I might take damage.
That's fine.
No friendship damage. That's cruel and excessive.
And like as I'm putting down Dasha at this moment where I go like, God, you look so good. May the light bless you. And I do a little like, thumb on the forehead. And then I like turn around and I'm like, hey, Fen, look who I just found out on the road.
Dash! I get up and I like elegantly flip over from my prone position and tuck and roll standing and jog over to them.
Good stuff.
Hey, Dash.
Friends.
It's been a while.
As you are all rejoicing together,
rejoicing,
and making yourselves known once again to each other, you begin to make your way towards Singtra, and towards bed. As you begin to approach the lights of town, you begin to hear shuffling in the underbrush, and from the side of the road emerge 3 goblins.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're ways ahead of you.
Cool. How far ahead?
There's a map.
Oh, great.
Oh, hey, there is a map. Look at that.
If you do your transitions if you do the transitions while I talk, you guys don't notice them. Ha ha ha. So, you, coming towards you is a goblin in rough armor. He's carrying an axe, and he's flanked by 2 other goblins. He's wearing crude armor, but he appears to have an official badge of some sort. Otep, why don't you give me a quick history?
Quick history?
Yeah.
If I must. Ooh, that is a big ol' 3.
Ooh, so you recognize that this is probably a member of, the patrols,
yeah.
But you do not recognize who this particular individual is, and you miss the specifics of his insignia.
Cool.
But you do have knowledge of, general procedure, which is to, approach and have a conversation members.
Okay.
It's nighttime. Members of the watch are out. They patrol the woods to keep things safe.
Cool. Then I'll kind of like turn around and inform my friends, like, hey, these guys should be okay. Let's just talk. Don't do anything stupid. And I turn and I look at Dasha and I'm like,
I'll be nice.
I also look at Dasha.
I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
Okay, that's all we ask. That's all we ask. Okay, so I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna start walking towards them, and when I get like close enough that I know that they'll see me, I want to like put my hand up and be like, "Hello."
Okay. So move. How far forward do you want to go? You're about 40 feet away.
I'm 40. Okay, then for right now, I'm only gonna move like 20 feet.
Okay.
So we're gonna move to like right about there.
Okay.
Because I don't know if these guys are actually good or not.
State your business.
Oh,
Not safe out here at night.
No, we're just a couple of travelers. We're actually passing along the road up Stingtra. We have some beds that we're going to be getting to for the nighttime. We have a little business in the town.
You got your papers for traveling at night?
Yeah, absolutely. Do I have these?
So
papers?
yes, actually you do. So you know that you, because of your work in the moors, you know that you have basically a pass, a writ,
Cool.
from the collective Four Towns government,
Cool.
that you are able to pass at will and have persons in your care. So
Yeah.
that is kind of how passage works, in terms of long distance, like town to town stuff for you, Otep, because
Yeah.
you are an official like courier. Obviously, random people can come and go as they wish. The watch is just like gonna stop and ask who you are and what your business is in town. But because you have this writ, it will be much easier for you to travel through places where the guard is present.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, yeah, absolutely, and I pull up my stuff and I'm like, who's that there? This is Otep. I'm not sure if we've ever met before.
So give me,
I don't know, I might know them.
Yeah. So as you say this, I want a investigation from you.
Lord, I'm not good at investigating.
Oh my God, I have a stupid
Really?
guard.
Why do you ask this of me? Alright. Ooh. Oh! I asked and the dice gave it to me. That's a nat 20 right there.
Oh, wow. Okay. You know this is Grandmaster Crank. He is in charge of security for all 4 towns. He is like the biggest boss for your job that you have. The reason he's out, and the reason he's out is because everybody gets assigned regular patrols. It's part of it's part of the job. Even for him, he has to be on rotation. And it just so happens to be his night here. Yeah.
Okay. So having that moment, I'm like, is that Crank, Grandmaster Crank?
Present and accounted for. And he kind of swaggers forward a few feet, to look you square in the eye. Now, granted, he's a goblin, so he doesn't come up very high.
No.
But he does just have this like energy about him of like, do not fuck with me. In like, he has a very commanding presence despite his stature. In fact, potentially even because of his stature. He knows how to get your attention. Yeah, he knows how to get your attention, and he speaks directly to you and holds your eyes. And he looks you up and down and says, "Are you with the guard?"
No, I'm actually on a little bit of personal business right now. But normally I do work for the guard. I'm normally actually on the Three Hills Pass route, just going up north and back and forth again.
Ah, I did that back in the day. Some mean bush.
Ah, yes, but if you're willing to work with it, then you can learn to tame it.
Mm. My wife could use that advice. And with that, he sticks his hand out for your papers, and looks them over and hands them back to you, and kind of beckons to the two that are with him, and they just fade off into the trees. As he begins to walk away, though, Fen, I want an Arcana check from you.
Okay.
And yeah.
Oh boy, I think that is 25.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ben and Fiona, I need you two to mute me and Fen for a minute, because I did not expect to roll that high. So I will give you guys a I will give you guys a double thumbs up when you're good to come back.
Here, give me 1 second. I
Yep.
just fucked myself.
That's okay.
Actually, that's 9
right.
and 7.
Yeah.
That's 9 and 7. That's 23. Sorry.
That's
my bad.
still, yeah.
God damn it.
Ben, let me know when you're muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm muted now.
All right, can you hear me?
Wait.
Okay, if you don't respond, you can't hear me. Good. So Fen,
Yeah.
as he walks away, remember how your focus has that weird thing it does where it's kind of suggests sometimes spells you should take and things?
Yeah.
You notice a little bit of that consciousness almost seem to dart out to Crankenback. Like, it doesn't stay. It's very weird. It's not a lot, and you're almost not sure it's there. But you almost feel a little bit of it, like, choo-choo. You know what I mean? Like a little shunt.
Yeah.
Kind of like that feeling when ice runs down your spine, but there's no cold water. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is it? That's it?
That's it.
Can I ask?
Yeah,
Can I
you can
ask
ask.
a
You
follow-up
can get
or
a question. You can get a question.
Okay. Can I sense that the consciousness is telling me to reach out, or that it's just an indicating, like a finger point, like keep an eye on this one sort of situation?
You actually get the sense you maybe weren't supposed to notice this.
Ah. Interesting.
With your 23, you get the sense you weren't supposed to notice this.
We weren't supposed to notice that
Yeah.
brief surge of energy. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Like it was so faint that you should not have been able to notice it. You're not quite sure how or why you did. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
super out of the blue, never happened before.
Okay. Well,
That's what yeah. Just sit with that for a little while.
I will.
Hey Ben.
Thanks. Also, I can't do basic maths apparently because
That's okay. I need to throw a shoe
I
at
can't
the
add
wall.
19 and 7.
Ben. I muted and screamed. That got him back. You're muted, baby.
It was 26.
I mean, that's still all you get. That's still all I had. That's all you get.
No, if my dad's watching this, I don't want to be on the record as being bad at basic math.
I did email my parents the link today, and my dad was like, 10:30 is pretty late if it's not a Patriots game, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Dad.
Yeah, no, my parents are definitely in bed at this point.
Oh yeah, no, it's 11:15. All right, you solved my goblin puzzle, and nobody died. Drat.
Right. We're kind of like friendly.
Yeah, you guys are really friendly. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's probably gonna change.
No, that's gonna do you all in good stead.
Good. I don't want to become murder hobos.
You won't. I mean,
No.
not without me having something to say about
No
it.
due cause.
Yeah, not without due cause. Oh, there's the stream. Do 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 do. Tick tock. Do 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 do. All right. With that, we're going to move onward with your evening.
Fiona just popped off.
No. Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
back. I
but
just
there
couldn't
it is.
hear. I just couldn't hear Caleb at all.
Oh.
So
Oh wow. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Cool. All I said was we're going to move on. We're going to move forward. So as you guys have known, because we've been building characters and things for a while now, but viewers at home are probably unaware of, you have all been off on separate adventures for several long years pursuing your own goals. Those goals will come out as we tell this story, as will perhaps some of what you've learned, or some skills that you have learned. In that time apart, you guys have reached 6th level. This very evening, you gather in honor of the sacred oath that you swore to each other so that you might be remembered and relearned to one another, as it were. However, as you all enter Singtra, you are received no longer as the townsfolk you remember yourselves to be, but as outsiders. You've spent time at the school, you've been out in the wilds, and you've been working the merchant chains up to Three Horn Pass. The homey feel has worn off from your school days. You see the trash on the side of the street now. You see the hustle and the hurry. Parents rush about keeping shark eyes on their children. Oaken Smithy and Tiesel's Boutique and the bakery have all seemed to be smaller now and less saturate. These places of these stores that were bounties of happiness for you guys growing up. Street signs that used to hang and seem to glisten proudly are replaced with sandwich boards now on the sides of the streets. In short, you've come home, but maybe you've grown up a little. You walk along the dirty streets until you come to a familiar crossroads and, more importantly, a familiar sign. Though dulled with time, the silverwork on the sign still glistened for those who looked, wrought delicately along the face of the giant mug painted beneath a flowing cask, the Squeaky Barrel. And with that, the 4 of you have entered Singtra. Welcome
Hey.
to your home.
Cool.
So, I'm going to take you through the town on the Roll20s. Yeah, there's a map. There's a city. I made you guys city. I made you Singtra.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Dad.
the city. I'll pretend to walk. I'll remember to walk it.
Uh-oh, why is the stream not updated? Are you guys on it?
Yeah.
On the Roll20.
Yeah, okay, then I gotta update this. There we go. There it is. Okay. So this is Singtra. Welcome to the city. So the compass rose is pointed north. So that's to the top right corner of your map. The city's broken up into 4 quadrants non-specifically. The residential areas are down on the bottom, primarily with one residency over here. This encampment over here is used for the culinary school that is the Squeaky Barrel, which is this big red building. I was hoping to have a full 4-story map for you guys ready to go tonight of the Squeaky Barrel. Alas, I do not, as I am now only human.
That's fun.
But that is the Squeaky Barrel. That is where you guys are. You entered from the Ritsang entrance and sort of came through this way and headed up the street. As you walk along, the tan buildings with the oven with the chimneys, that's the bakery. Caddy corner, the big green building is the government building for the town. That's where the representatives will live. The little blue buildings on each of the corners and by the battlements are the garrisons. There's also 2 towers. As you will recall, all 4 cities in the town help provide garrisons to the 2 towns closest to the troll moors and the swamps. They also regularly help send supports up to Three-Horn Pass and escort merchants and other such things.
Yeah.
The red building on the lower right quadrant is the smithy. That's Okran Smithy, the red building. And then the green building down there is the boutique, and that is, think of it like clothes, general goods, specialty,
Cool.
fancy stuff. You know, it's kind of it's the catch-all store for Fantasyland. If we're really gonna be honest about it.
It's the Walmart.
Yeah, it's your Fantasyland Walmart, and you guys know each of these, all of these establishments can be found in all 4 towns. These are noted family, sort of wealthy families of the 4 towns, and yeah, the rest of the buildings are basically just residences. It's a town of roughly 3,000 people, give or take, depending on the season, depending on the year. Let's see, what else am I missing about Singtra? Do you
Can
guys...
I ask a question?
Yeah.
Where do my parents live?
Your parents
Ooh.
live... I did not pick out a specific house for them, but it's going to be down south, in kind of the more Englishy, cottagey looking type buildings. The orky type buildings in the top left and the top right are really sort of the student and government housing type buildings. Not that those aren't, you know, important, just like they're reserved and staffed for those people who are working longer hours and stuff. Now that said, anybody can be a student, you know, all that stuff. But yeah.
I need to double check something really quick.
Mhm.
Because I'm not sure if I said in my backstory whether or not I was.
Yes. Meg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Essentially the idea was that I was gonna. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Does not matter.
Good enough.
Let's move on.
All right. Well, as the 3 of you make your way underneath the buttresses, and then step into the squeaky barrel, the door clatters open, and you push through the crooked entryway. Tallers of you will probably need to duck a little bit. The stones have started to sink in their age. Conversation stalls, surprisingly, and eyes dart to the door, and then, unfortunately, to the off-duty watchman, who believed his measure of authority was tied to the quantity of beer he could consume before call the next day. One of the barmen, older... Oh, hang on, I need to do the thing. Great. One of the barmen, an older, thin, kindly human, notices you and slips away from the taps and ushers you to a side table, and he smiles warmly as he gets you seated. This is Ren the Jam. He is so named for a heist he pulled as a young man. This is a known story. This is a known bit of town lore. He stole the former chairman's jam recipe when he was a boy, and stole the recipe. He got away with it, of course, because he was the chairman's grandson. He's guarded the recipe very closely ever since, because he uses it in the Squeaky Barrel's signature wine. Now, that said, this was a heist in the day. I mean, like, there was a limited supply of this stuff, and it disappeared overnight. Like, gone. No traces. It eventually got found out because, of course, Ren the Jam hit sticky fingers.
Ah!
Uh,
Just took 4 points of psychic damage.
same thing.
Chat, don't worry. I live with him, so I'll just punch him in the face when he goes to sleep tonight.
I'm gonna just wake up to the sound of a roll of quarters hitting the bottom of a tube sock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh. Ooh.
But yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
Welcome, travelers. What might I get you? The beef stew's pretty good this evening. We also might have a fresh rack of lamb.
Yeah, I'd love a rack of lamb myself. I don't know about my travelers with me. I'd also love some of your famous wine, of course. Also, do you happen to know, are there any rooms available tonight?
I think we might be able to check you into one.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, then I'd like to set up 3 rooms for us then as well.
Oh, 3. Of course, I misunderstood.
Misunderstood what?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. I thought you would all be sharing a room, that's all.
How many beds are in a room?
Well, we could put 3 in a room, 3 bunk bed type situation.
Okay, well, I kind of turned to the group and I'm like, do we want that? I don't fucking care.
I mean, would be like old times, right?
Yeah, no, sleepover.
Why not? Sleepover.
Sleepover.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. Well
Why
then,
not?
set up 1 room, please. Thank you. And Otep's gonna pull out for all this. Otep's gonna like pull out a gold coin and like put it in his hand.
Yeah, he takes the gold coin.
Cool. I have 99 gold.
As he walks away a couple of minutes later, you guys have started to sort of fade into the woodwork a little bit. And as he goes to the bar and begins pouring pints, I would like somebody to just roll me a perception check. Doesn't matter who. Just roll 1 for the party.
I'll do it. It's not a good idea, but I'll do it.
You sure?
Yes. Yes, I am. That is, you said perception?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 17.
Ooh, okay.
You like that.
Recognize that the waitress coming towards you with a tray of drinks, her name is Geif, Geif, and you know that all 3 of you went to school with her. She's a couple years younger than you guys, so she's actually probably just out of her last year of the public schools. Maybe a couple years out now, given how long you all have been away. But she doesn't seem to particularly recognize the 3 of you as she starts to place your drinks down. But you definitely know it's her. You recognize her.
Keith.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Do I know you?
Hi, yeah, I mean, I'm a bit taller, and I guess the man bun's new, but it's Fen, and this is Dasha and Otep from school.
Are you trying to flirt right now?
No!
Okay. Okay, I'm asking.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm just asking.
Fen says hi
Question
so
one.
seductively in all situations.
Yeah, that's what.
Are you flirting? Must be asked.
Because you were just like, yeah, I'm a little taller, a little older. I don't know. You might not remember me.
Yeah, you might
Ah.
not remember me.
We don't also graces at the Magic Academy, okay?
Yeah, you know.
And she looks. She goes, oh, I remember you. Didn't you run away?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
We all kind of ran
We all
away.
in our own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, anyway, you guys are back. Why are you here? Why would you ever come back here?
Well, we've all been through some stuff in the past few years, and we made a promise to each other before we left that we'd come back here after a bit and share what we learned and see if there was something we could do together.
And as she kind of she pauses to consider that for a moment, and as she's about to respond, a table nearby erupts into noise, and she bustles off to go address them and get them to settle down. A few minutes later, Ren the Jam comes over and sets your tables down and sets your food down on your tables and disappears. As you begin to drink and eat, the food is as good as you remember it. The drink is better than you remember it.
Cheers.
You sort of feel yourself slipping into the woodwork. As cups begin to flow and lips begin to loosen, you all begin to hear mutterings from the old-timers of wicked monsters and ancient magics and armies to the north. Far, far further north than any of you have ever traveled. Far further north than most anybody from the towns has traveled. There's talks of crops and cows, weather and business, but still through it all there is this current of tension. These are common folk, and they're scared. Trade has slowed in recent years with the mines. You know, Otep, that the pass has become more dangerous and the soldier presence has nearly doubled. Just tonight, Dasha, you probably experienced for the first time paperwork. Fen, you're familiar with it, but this is not like it usually is. This is not like it was the last time the three of you were together, and I think the three of you being together really drove that home, especially for the two of you that have been here. I mean, Otep, you've been out in the wilds on the trails working, you know. Fen, you've been studying your butt off. You know, and yeah, you've been going to your parents and stuff on occasion, but really you've been studying. I mean, you've been trying to get your thesis degree for all intents and purposes. Dasha, you've been off far, far away. So these are just some of the things you're muttering. Now, let's get into some specifics of what you guys are hearing. How do we feel about that?
Cool.
Yeah.
I want everybody to give me some perception checks.
Okay.
Cool. Tight.
Shit.
Ooh, I have proficiency in my perception checks too.
I do
Got
too. What does it
13,
mean?
even with proficiency.
That means that you get to roll twice and choose the higher of the two.
No, that's advantage. Proficiency is you get to add your proficiency bonus.
Oh. Well, then what is my proficiency bonus?
Level
would you do that at?
6, it's
3?
probably
'Cause we're level
4.
6. No, it's +3, I think. Unless I have that wrong.
Here, let me try to look it up really quick. Hold, please.
Holding.
I'm coming out, so you better get this party started. While we're in this pause moment, I'm going to check in with chat, because I haven't done that in a minute. Oh, chat's gone wild. Okay, let's see. That's the last thing I read. Tall for a goblin is a great saying. Good, do agree. Murder is fun, also agree.
Agreed.
Sean is curious about familial intrigue, Kit. Because your parents' house.
We'll get there.
I got boo hissed for my pun. Sean's keep my mind out of the gutter, and Sean's mad about small town feels. Lol.
Oh. Small town feels.
All right, I have figured out my proficiency bonus is 3.
Great.
All right, which that was a 19.
Okay. Anybody else?
Oh wait, it was 19 plus 4, so 23.
Okay.
Ooh.
There we go.
15.
15, solid. Ben?
And 13 from me.
13. Okay. So Otep, you're sitting, and as you're sipping your large mug of wine, they don't serve you wine in a wine glass; they serve it in a mug here. Um, you hear some old tradesfolk, some old trades guards, fresh off the road, um, talking about how they just did a double haul from the mines to to Rit Sang, and now they're down here for some R&R at the Squeaky Barrel. And that there was whispers that some sort of a holy relic or something had gone missing at the mine. Um, they were, it was just in passing, and there weren't really any details, but the tone of it and given everything you've been searching for, it just kind of struck you as odd. Of like, why is there a holy relic at the mine?
Yeah,
what is that?
What mine was this at again?
The mines of Craig Schleek. I can send you the spelling
Okay.
later. It's on the
Okay,
map.
yeah.
It's on the map.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Fen and Dasha, you both are sitting and drinking, and you kind of both make eye contact and recognize that there is somebody out of place sitting at the bar. Why don't you give me an investigation history check at advantage?
Oh, thank fuck for the advantage. That's a 16.
Cool. He is dressed too plainly. Kind of like the way that high-level officials at the School of Magic might dress, if they're trying to go incognito mode. So you know, at a certain point at the High School of Magic, like the high-level teachers, the very, very high-level magic users, they're always in their school regalia. Like they're always in their practicing clothes.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yep.
Pardon the parental interruption.
All good. Life happens.
Sorry. Continue.
Hi, family.
You know that the members of the school at a certain level all wear their wizarding regalia, their ritual clothing just all the time. Like they're just all magic all the time. And so when they choose to come out in public, they often look awkward and uncomfortable, and much like this person does. So yeah, I'm gonna, there's some other things that I have written, but I'm gonna open the tavern floor to you guys now. You can try to interact with these people. You can look at other patrons. You can chat with each other. This is kind of your time, your chance to figure out where you want to go with these little pieces of information that you have now.
Okay. Well, I definitely clock the guy at the bar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think I'm gonna go, and I've made eye contact with Dasha because we both noticed that something was amiss here. I'm gonna say to her, you know, that guy, he looks a lot like folks from the School of High Magic when they go out in public and they kind of forget how to dress like normal people after shutting themselves away. You know.
It should be noted, Fen also does not look dressed like a normal person, but he's at least stylish about it.
Yeah. Naturally. He's an outsider and he knows that.
Yeah.
He's very comfortable there.
He's a punk kid.
If he blended in, he would be upset. He would be uncomfortable.
That sounds about right. I like it.
Good.
So, I think that guy teaches at the school I went to. Oh, did I mention I went to school? I probably didn't make that clear. by the way. I
Nope.
went to school.
Yeah, no, you sure didn't. You were just like, the school?
Okay. And I guess if Otep's also here, I guess I'm also telling you.
Yeah, yeah. Can we all like just do a thing of
Let's catch up.
yeah? Let's catch up first.
Yeah.
Sketch up.
Yeah. What like so Ben? You've been going to what school? What school?
So you know the High Magic Academy in Ritzang?
Yeah.
Heard of it?
Yeah. I went there for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I left and I look around, making sure my parents aren't here.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta roll some
nice.
things.
Go for parents.
Roll for parents.
You need to roll it.
God.
Can you please roll an investigation check?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fuck you.
That's a 17.
Your parents are not here,
Okay, good.
as far as you can tell. There's a chance
Oh.
they're in. Well, there's a chance they're in one of the rooms upstairs, but you would have literally no
Yeah.
way of telling.
Okay, good for them. Having an evening out. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah. You have no idea, but like, as far as they're not here. They're not gonna just like pop over your shoulder. They don't even know you're here.
Okay,
Like
great.
they don't even know that
Um,
this was a thing. Like,
Yeah. No.
yeah, this was just between the three of you.
Cool. So reassuring myself that my parents are not here, as far as I'm aware, I say to Otep and Dasha, okay. So we all left for our own reasons.
Yeah.
I went to Ritzang, like, a few days after we finished school, or I finished school here. I didn't really know what I was gonna do. I just kind of went. I was bored. I was looking for something to do. I was there about 4 days, and just it got to me. Even after 4 days, I just didn't know what I wanted to spend the next God knows how many years doing. So I broke into the academy, the high magic school. I'd never broken in anywhere before. I'm not a thief. But I
But-
saw this weird What?
But you broke in.
I broke in.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big, cool-looking building, okay?
I was asking
Like,
for it.
It was, and like, there had to be some cool shit in there, right? So I broke in, and I found this this crystal, and at this point, I pull my focus out of my backpack, and if I remember right, Caleb, it is this like long prism-shaped or crystal-shaped, like, you know, something you find on a crystal pendant or prism, like one of those things.
Yeah,
And
it's. Go ahead.
yeah. No, go ahead. I think you have a clearer vision of that than
It's
I do.
yeah, you are correct. It's like a white crystal, approximately 4 inches long, maybe an inch around, kind of like stereotypical. The closest thing I can think of is like rock candy, kind of, but prettier, more smoother. But like that's the right size, I guess. And it's clear. But like you said, the way it works with light is very, very exciting, and it feels very nice to roll side to side in the palms of your
Yes.
hands.
And as I
yeah.
produce it, I do that,
Okay.
and I hold it up for them. So I found this.
What is it?
I don't know, but I know that when I do magic with it, it just feels right. It works. I don't think I could do magic without it.
Oh.
And anyway, I just saw it in a display case and I took it. I mean, I have a lot of energy and stuff, and of course I broke into buildings all the time growing up. You know that.
Yeah.
But, like, I took this, and as soon as I did, of course I triggered a magical alarm system, and the school faculty caught me.
Yeah.
But before they did, I think this thing helped me. Basically, I used magic for the first time when they were trying to catch me. I created a chest thing and I hid behind it. And of course they saw right through it because they're, you know, really fucking talented wizards.
Magic, yeah.
Magic, yeah. But they gave me a choice basically. They said we can throw you in jail or you can study at our school because clearly you have some connection to this. And I mean I didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
I was 15. I was 15. I didn't want to go to jail. I just left home finally. So yeah, I devoted 6 years of my life to the pursuits of magical academia. You know, as you do.
Yeah.
And I know me studying. That's like,
yeah.
like I'm not bad. I think. I mean, I left, and they were happy with the progress I made, and frankly, I'm pretty proud of what I did there. So I don't know. It wasn't all bad, but I don't know. I guess moral of the story: don't steal things unless you want to sell your soul to academia. I don't know.
Good moral.
But,
I like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I've been up to. So I can do magic now. What about you guys? Have I noticed, by the way, I know we talked in pregame about Dasha having something on her hand. Have I noticed that at this point?
I don't know, have you?
Which
I was gonna
thing?
say-
Which thing are we noticing? Sorry, I've forgotten.
Yeah, no, me too.
What?
No, it's okay. There was a certain thing.
Oh. I think, I mean, that's up to you, Dasha. Are you trying to keep this covered? You've got the gauntlet
Oh, I
on.
have a glove on. I fully have a glove
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
There's
But-
no fingers, but like it's a glove.
but
Okay.
the glove does have the hole in it
That's true.
too. So I guess Fen, what you're seeing is a glove with a big old fancy rock.
Yeah.
In it.
I'm gonna ask about. What's that about? That's new, right? I point to the gauntlet.
Well, yeah. So I'm gonna slip the glove and the gauntlet both off of my wrist and show that it's in there. So this
Ooh.
crystal is black. But probably is not actually black, if that makes sense. It is
Yeah.
so dark that you can't really tell what color it is.
Okay.
Do you guys remember that hand jewelry thing that my mom gave me when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's from that. It just sort of happened one day when it's a couple weeks ago actually. I was traveling and some assholes on the road decided that they're gonna try to take advantage of a small female traveling alone and try to steal from me.
Well, they
Even
should have been
though-
smarter. They should have been smarter than that.
Yeah, well,
And
They
visibly,
weren't.
Like, stiff and
but
like makes me upset.
yeah, and you know that I have a little bit of a temper sometimes.
Sometimes.
Understatement of the century.
Occasionally. And I was losing. I was tired, I was exhausted, I hadn't eaten in days. I was losing. And suddenly this thing just embedded itself in me. And everything kind of exploded after that. And like there was fire, and then there was like like shocking things and like thunder, and they all like went away. So I can do magic now. I'm gonna check really quick. I think I said that probably a little bit too loud. Did anyone hear me saying that?
I mean, no, you can, yeah, given the things we've talked about, it's fair to say that you guys are, like, in a quiet back room to yourselves. I mean, not totally, like, it's, there are other people in the establishment, but, like, if you're talking at a normal volume, you're fine.
Cool. Lovely.
What
So-
do you mean everything exploded?
I don't know. It was confusing, and there was fire, and everyone was on fire.
So,
And then there were also electric and thunder, and I'm confused.
so, yeah, what spells do you, what spells, cantrips are you referencing right now, for those of us
Shocking
playing
Grasp?
along at home?
Okay.
For those who are,
Yeah,
keeping track.
let's get into this, because we're here now. So, yeah,
Yeah, might
Fen,
as well.
Fen, you are playing a what?
I am a wizard, rogue multiclass, rogue 2, wizard 4.
Yeah, so you're magical stabbies. Magical
Yes,
pokies.
magical
Magical
stabbies.
stabbies.
And,
Specifically, magical illusory stabbies.
ooh, spicy.
Those are pretty spicy stabbies.
Mhm.
Spicy.
And Dasha, you are...
I am a ranger, sorcerer, multi-class, 5 in ranger, 1 in sorcerer, and just to be clear, the spells that I'm referencing are firebolt, shocking grasp, and thunderclap,
Cool.
which are all cantrips.
So, yeah, you... Yeah. Alright, as you were.
So you set people on fire and lightning blasted them.
It was
And-
less lightning and more just like shocking.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then they were like away from me. And I just ran. So
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how
okay.
they're doing.
Okay.
Probably not
Well, I mean,
as well as I'm doing.
Oh, Dasha, they're dead. They're
Okay.
dead.
Okay.
There's,
They're
like...
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because you got to them pretty good before you started losing the fight, and then you
Yeah.
went overboard with the magic.
Okay.
That doesn't sound like me.
oh no, not at all.
Never.
Just memories
Okay.
of you getting face sucked by several cloakers at once. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay. And at that moment, like, Ren the Jam is gonna be walking by, and I'm gonna like grab him by the arm and be like, we're gonna need like 3 more bottles of wine at this table.
Oh, of course. Right away, young man.
Thank you.
And he actually like turns away and clicks his heels in the air as he walks away from the table. Ren the Jam is not a real person.
I love that. I love
I
that.
really
fucking
like
love that
Ren
guy.
Jam.
Yeah, no, I love Ren the Jam.
Do we remember
Okay.
Ren the Jam from before?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is like the founder of the school, of the building, of the main proprietor for this lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The last time I think I said it was his grandfather who was the chairman. It is not normal for whoever the proprietor of this building is to be the chairman or anything like that. Like, it just happened to be his granddad got elected, and this was also the family business. Yeah, politics is not in the family. However, the school is, and the recipes. Sometimes. Where were we? Ren the Jam had just come by and dropped off 3 more bottles of wine.
Yeah. So what have you been doing since then?
Since I killed people?
Can you please not say it that loud?
I didn't mean to.
I
And
mean, they did have it coming.
frankly, they did have it coming.
No, they definitely did. And at that moment, like I hold the glass out for like a cheers. Cheers.
Mine's empty.
R.I.P.
Okay, less empty than I thought.
I don't know if you guys know when I left, but you guys pieced pretty quickly, and then my mom died. I don't know if you knew
Oh,
about that.
Shit.
no.
I'm sorry.
No, honey.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
So after that, nothing really was left here for me. So I've been gone since I was 13, 11, I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I haven't been back. So I'm surprised if anyone though my hair is very distinct. Runs in the family, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
but as you guys were walking around, I mean, there were people of all types and species
There are a couple
around.
redheads.
Yeah, like there's
a couple.
a couple redheads roaming around, trying to stay away from the neckbeards.
Ah. Good dig on those fucking nerds.
Yeah, what losers sit around rolling dice at midnight?
Oh god.
Sorry,
Whatever
you
you want.
were having a touching moment about your dead mom. I'm sorry I interrupted.
You're having a moment about your
Damn
dead
it.
mom.
God damn.
No, there was nothing really left here for me, and so I haven't been back, and you know, now we're back, and
Yeah.
it's weird, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What kind of weird stuff have you got up to, Otep?
Oh well. Well, you know, Prakrat, my mom died. You know, and I kind of went a little crazy. You know, you do that when you're grieving. You go a little crazy. But she had said something to me like the day before she died that she told me who my father was, and she essentially kind of like handed me this like what I had thought for years had just been like this family handkerchief that we have always had, but instead it was something that she had gotten the night that she had met my father. And so I left 13. I was off on my own, and I went far. And I did a lot of stupid shit for a while. But eventually I found the city, and I found the place that was connected to the symbol, and I found him. And he was kind of a piece of shit, if I'm being honest.
I'm sorry, mate.
You know, it happens. It happens. You know, I got one great parent, so you know, that's a lot better than some people have. But by that point, you know, I had fully matured, so I was you know, 6 foot at that time. I didn't really have enough muscle, but I was bigger, and he essentially saw that I could join the guard there because I think that he just wanted to try to silence me, which makes sense, but it's also a thing of like, you know, I understand exactly what you mean, Dasha, when you said there was nothing left. That's kind of how I felt for a while. So I stayed there, and I joined the Holy Knights of the Unity, and I guarded Tipperath against goblins, against warlords, against so many different things. And I was going to take my vow of the paladins, and then things got complicated, and bureaucracy took over, and suddenly there was a conflict that was going to happen that was going to kill a lot of people. And there's a very easy way to get out of this by, you know, killing one being and saving everyone else. but the brothers didn't see it that way. They, they only saw it as like, these are our rules, this is our order, this is what we have to do. I saw the people like us, and I kind of like gesture around out to the other people. It's like, I see these people, and they were the ones who were going to suffer. So I did the deed, I killed Gokrash. I cut his head off, and I brought it back, and they banished me. But I needed it. It was time, things got a little crazy after that, and I kind of went into the woods for a while, and it was during that time that was when the light really began to speak to me.
A light.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is, to be honest, and it's just a feeling, it's just an idea, it's just something. And at first it was just kind of like, it was telling me to go out and learn and to be a part of the world. And so I went to a couple different places and I learned some things. So funnily enough, I know some magic now too. Not as fun as your guys' stuff, of course. I can't, make anyone explode. But I can heal a wound too here or there if we need it.
Technically, I think smites make people explode, Ben.
Shut up.
Like
they don't make people explode. I just hit them really hard with my thing, and then maybe they'll explode. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. So it's the hammer doing the exploding, not the smite.
Yes, not just a spell. Shut up.
I don't know that smites are like steroids. They make your muscles bigger.
So, anyways, I ended up studying with a group in the mountains where we learned about the different ways to mantra. I studied with the Ashari tribe and went very far into that. I went into the woods and studied, with many different arcane wizards, and found the things that helped me and found the things that I wanted to pass along, and eventually I was called back here. And I don't really know why. I think it's, if anything, just wanted to make sure that the people around here that maybe possibly we grew up with, I can help in their own way. So I've been actually working the passes, up to Three Horn Pass. Yeah, up north. So
Okay.
spending a lot of time in the woods and, helping out travelers and dealing with the ruffians on the trail.
That gotten pretty bad lately.
It's a lot worse than when we were kids. Like, when we were kids, we would have to like duck goblins, like maybe every once in a while. Now it's you're gonna run into stuff every time, and it's not just goblins anymore. There are a lot of trolls up there. So
yeah, it's more like trolls, yeti.
Yeah.
It's not species like humanoid species so much. It is more like creatures and like wolves and bears and like wild, like wild magical creature monster things that I need to pull out of source materials and drop in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can explore all of that in greater detail when we get there, if we get there.
Yeah.
And of course, bandits and brigands who live in the woods and decide to try and live in the wilds rather than in town.
Yeah. I feel like the bandits are getting worse, though, for some reason. We used to be able to fool them, but now they just want to fight, and it's just like, I don't know. Things have definitely changed here.
Seems like people don't want to use their brains as much as hit things.
And that's boring. No offense to people who like hitting things. I mean, some people are very good at hitting.
I enjoy hitting things, but...
Fen, as you say that, you start to cast the Basker a very large sidelong glance as you realize just... Like, Otep was always big, but Otep is now big and fit.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. I was tall like ever since I was probably like 12, but now I'm like tall and big. He's a big boy.
Ooh.
He's a big boy.
He got that football player muscle.
Oh yeah.
You might have the muscle now, but remember, we remember when you were my size. So watch it.
Yeah, and I remember when you were that size. Oh wait, you've always been that size.
And
Oh.
I'm never gonna grow. So you know what? I dated myself on that one.
I do one of the Three Stooges, just like try to poke you in the eyes.
I'm gonna try to put my hand in between, like.
All right.
Up.
Can I please get 2 opposed dexterity rolls?
Yes, you can.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Shit, I wasn't expecting that. All right.
What?
What is it? Dexterity?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Oh, that's a straight 13 right there. Beat a 13. I don't want to poke you in the eyes.
That, my dear friend, that is a 22.
Yeah. You stop his hand. You don't even go in between. You just grab his whole hand.
I flip it.
Well, that's delightful. I think we should take. We can either. I'm of 2 minds. But this is either a good place to leave it for the night. You guys have introduced yourselves. We can leave it with you guys sitting comfortably at the bar with your new information and having caught up, or we can take a quick break because I need some water and to stretch and come back. Up to you guys. It is midnight.
I do have to open tomorrow, but I would love to play like a little bit
Sure.
more. So
Me too.
if we
That's
want to,
about where I'm
yeah,
at.
if we want to take like a very quick 5 and then come on back for maybe like
Yep.
45 minutes,
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
like a half hour,
like
if
half
that.
an hour, like start walking
Yeah.
on a trail again and figure out what we want to do.
Yep.
Well,
All right. Excellent. My friends in stream, we will be back shortly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging
Thanks for
out.
being here. We'll be
Yeah.
back in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 or
We
so.
love you.
Thank you. 5.
we'll be back. We'll be back.
Hail Satan.
I have to pee. Guys, my mom is here.
Oh God.
So my
God.
landlord just
His
told me.
mom.
So I told my landlord, I was like, some of my power went out. And he was like, if your power's out, it seems like probably a lot of other people's power is out. So I'll check it tomorrow. And I was like, no, like a fuse blew. Let me look at the fucking fuse box. But he's told me how to do the thing. Try not to overload the circuits like using a hairdryer in a bedroom. Not designed for that. Fuck off, you absolute sexist piece of shit. The only example that he gave was using a hairdryer in the bedroom and then said not for that. Also, he has yelled at my roommate like she was his daughter and said that she was whooping. He's basically just like, he also said to me that it was hard being a landlord for a bunch of girls who got grossed out when their drains were clogged. He's like,
Yeah.
it's bad because
alright,
he's
I'll
not
be
a
back.
terrible person. He's just really sexist and annoying. I'm gonna go pee.
What a dick.
Explode him.
hate.
Hello.
Hello. Oh wow. He's in a
Oh,
whole
okay.
nother world.
A whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Not for a second.
Not even for a second. Don't you dare close your eyes.
How you been? Pretty good, pretty good. Cool, cool. How you been feeling apart from roommate troubles? Not roommate, landlord troubles.
What? What was the question?
How have you been?
Oh, good. I've been sick, but not with COVID, which is excellent because I already had that
That's
shit.
good.
So I'm glad that I don't have again. Ben came to visit me, which was really lovely.
Great. Oh, that's
Um,
great.
Yeah, Ben came to visit me so that I could braid his hair for a wedding.
Oh, that's so good.
It was so lovely. He literally came in and like we literally just like sat down, I braided his hair, and then we talked for like half an hour and then he left. It was just like this, it was just really lovely.
Oh.
I'm also texting my mom because she was watching the stream and I asked her if she was still watching and she said, my internet was constantly stopping and I couldn't really hear anything. So bummed, but it was fun.
And we are back. Hello, everybody. Oh,
Hello,
my
world.
good cam is down. I'm not sure why. I just put a fresh battery in it.
Good cam.
Yeah.
Life is so hard, dude.
There we go. I needed to unplug you. That is why you were struggling.
Got you.
Did you make Fiona choke?
Yeah, I did. I
Good.
did.
Good.
It's good.
Okay.
It.
Well, we're having some
That's
technical
beautiful.
difficulties with that particular camera, so we're gonna
Meow.
just turn that off somehow.
Just like put up a picture,
Ciao.
and then you'll be an actual narrator.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it went, but that's okay. Anywho, so you all had just finished catching up and giving us the last couple years of your life, and getting yourselves such that you are now known to each other and how you now operate. We heard a little bit of how Fen spent time at a school and is now an educated boy. He is a scholarly, lanky boy. And we learned how Otep is now a crazy man of God.
Hey, the light.
Okay.
I'm only crazy in the sense of like it. Okay, I'm crazy. Fuck
Yeah, no, you're crazy. And Dasha has some maternal issues, and newfound magic abilities. You guys also had your perception checks. If you want me to remind you of what you got, I am happy to. But I'm going to give you guys like a minute or two real time to chit chat before the next like in-world sort of thing happens. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes for table talk, and then the world is going to happen to you because that's how things happen in this game.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after catching up for a second, I kind of like turned to the group and I'm like, "Did you guys hear what those travelers were talking about over at the other table?"
Which ones? There are a lot of those.
Yeah.
No, there were guys that they just traveled down from the mines of Craigslade, and they said that there's something about like a holy relic that was lost up there that they like heard about. I don't know. Like have you guys heard about it? Have you guys clocked anything on that?
No, nothing.
Seems like your area.
Yeah, very
Uh,
much so.
yeah, well, I don't know everything, darling.
So this is what I can tell you the party knows about the mines. Okay. If we may have already gone through some of this, a couple of you. Let me find the right page. Okay, Mines of Craigslade, population 10,000. It's a military union partnership colony type deal. Military leaders are determined by military council vote and service record. The union representative is a purely elected position. You would know that specifically Otep, I think you would know this. I don't know that the other two of you would, but Otep, you would know that Brigadier General Propine is the mining union, is the military representative, and the mining union representative is Gren Cal. I'm going to put all this in the game notes chat as well.
Thank you.
Yep. There is also a shipping union representative, Salathak Skritsin. Excuse me, that is a tongue twister. I might change that name. It's going to trip me up every time. So you work in association with, but not for the shipping union?
Yeah.
Otep, okay. So you're actually out of one of the cities. You're actually a member of like the city guild. Or city guard.
Cool. Which?
But
yeah. Okay. Then.
Yeah.
Question: which city specifically is that one?
It is. We said Tringsa.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
You work mostly out of Tringsa, going up to Three-Horn Pass and taking other merchants to Astring and doing handoffs there.
Yeah.
What else? There are union smithies, military armories, there's a T-Sol's boutique outlet, Serrana's bakery franchise, there is mountain beer, ice cold and crispy. There is also spicy mountain brandy, which is hot, 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 and served in a rock mug. Schools, small orphanage, notable institutions consist of smiths to learn from, union job opportunities, a military academy. Druid magic, oddly enough, and incidentally also shipping, because, you know, it's a mine. So that is a thing they're also pretty good at. That's what y'all get. Gesundheit. That is what you know of the mines. Some of the more specifics, I'm gonna say, Ben, like the names and things. That's probably more just stuff Otep kind of knows.
Cool. Yeah. But that's also kind of like business stuff. So it's
yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like so I kind of look at the group and I'm like, when was the last time you guys went to Craigslade? Because I haven't been there in a while.
Oh yeah, not since I was a kid.
I
never went there.
I was gonna say probably not even then, Fen.
Or never, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. It's really the kind of place you go to for work, not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it is.
Yeah.
It's a work. It's you go to the mine to work. It's a work town.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with that negative connotation that comes with that, but like that is the primary function of it. It produces most of the ore for the populace in the region. Timber as well, because it's close to the forests. Most of it's overland shipping. You guys can have seen the path on the main map. And it takes a long time.
Yeah. How far away, roughly, is it from us?
From you guys, at the moment, in Singtra?
Yeah.
432 miles.
Okay, so that's like a couple weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, here, let's like that's an idea. Like, if there's something else that maybe people are interested in, we can do something else. I know that at some point, I'm probably gonna need to head back up to Tringsa, just to see if if they need me anymore. But like, I kind of come and go as I please, and I get paid whenever I work, so it's not like I'm on any sort of a schedule.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have a room, but you pay by the week.
Yeah.
So if you don't show, and I don't think Otep does not strike me as the kind of person to carry much stuff, and like it's mostly a place to sleep when he's not on the road.
All of my possessions I carry with me, yeah. So it's like, yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
The guy at the bar is still sitting there, Fen and Dasha, sweating, drinking.
You notice that guy too, right?
Yeah, he just looks.
We point him out to Otep.
Yeah, he just looks wrong.
You know why?
Hmm.
That's how the people who shut themselves away at our magic school for 50 years look when they try and go out in the world again.
Woof.
Yeah, they like to pretend that time hasn't really changed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Do
that's.
I recognize this guy? From a distance, do I recognize him?
Give me a history
Oh,
check.
no.
Give me a history check.
Okay. Oh. That's gonna be 21.
Okay. No, you do not recognize this specific person. You never encountered them in your 6 years. You can tell that clearly, so here's the hilarious thing. You can tell based on how dated his current wardrobe is, that he's likely a very high-ranking researcher. Who you would not have seen. Like these are the mages that pupils very strict, like they are in separate parts of the school from the general lower classmen beginner wizards. This is like adult magic and like life and death stuff. You are not dealing with that depth and seriousness of magic yet. You're not dealing with demons and elementals and fae. And you also know that that type of work in magic is very hush-hush and very, very powerful and kept very, very secret by the school. Like, that is not something... So it is unusual to see this person, someone looking like him, knowing what you know, out here. Because, like, the school is a safe haven at the exact same time, too, right? Like...
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what you kind of know. He doesn't appear to be looking for anything. He really just looks like he's sitting there and drinking to kill his nerves over something.
Interesting. Okay. Well, if that guy knows a bit about magic, and, I mean, judging by his clothes, how old they are, he knows more than a bit. If that's something we want to look at, I'd say we start with him. I'm more than willing to look at the mines as well, if that's what people want to do.
Yeah, they're 400 miles away.
As you guys sit and mull this over, in a corner, a bard quietly begins to pluck and sing a song of old, a song of knights and maidens, honor and adventure. A very old man leaning against the bar staggers towards the bard and grabs him by the elbow and leads him into the center of the room and starts to sing with the bard. And very slowly the bar stands up and starts to sing together. Everyone in this community singing this song and mourning an age of love and an age of care and adventure and time. As the last notes echo through the rafters, cups softly clink together and thud against tabletops. And cutting through the silence, a slow, sarcastic clap begins from the door. Heads turn, and once he is sure every eye is on him, he says simply, "Heretics." As he steps into the room, suddenly, the city guard pushes in. Batons raised. "Heretics," he purrs. "They are a blemish on this earth, and I will have none of it in my town." He looks at the bard. "You will release these people from your hold." I have no hold on them, sir. I've barely enough coin for my room this week." "Foolish wretch!" And he moves to push the bard. As he does so, the drunk who had initially led him to the center of the stage steps in between them helpfully, and gets shoved instead. "This man was simply singing a song of truth, of a time before we were so scared of what the gods had to offer." And so now I'm going to roll a dexterity saving throw for this guy to see what's going to happen. After that, you're all going to have one action that you can take. And then we can either stop for the night or jump through initiative order. It's 12:30. We're going to stop here for the night.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah. I want to keep going, but no.
Yep.
I need to go to bed. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So, yeah, welcome to the game, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
So to be clear, are we stopping right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Like I said, the world's going to happen to you guys, and we'll call it for the night. So that was the world happening to you guys. We will do investigation checks and information gathering on this particular individual all next time. Fiona's frozen again. She might still be here, though. I can't tell.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
So, yeah, that's where we're going to leave things. Did you all have fun? I hope.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, Caleb.
This is
You're
fun.
welcome.
This is intriguing. I want to know more.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
trying to balance the line between stakes and fun, so please continue to give me feedback about that. But I think this is
Appreciate that.
yeah, no, but I think this is an interesting place to leave it and an interesting place to start it. You guys are correct. You have functionally a 2-week journey you can take. You have a shorter, like 2-week journey you can take to a neighboring town, which, depending on how this encounter goes, may be possible, may not be possible. You've learned a little bit more about how this city works, a little bit about how information gets around, kind of. You're still learning how magic fits into this world a little bit, which is scary for the three of you as magic users. But you've mostly been on your own while you've been exploring and discovering these abilities, or in isolated safe spaces. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Not I.
No.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on stream.
Thank you.
You guys have all been
Thank
amazing.
you.
Sorry for the longish break and then the short comeback, but late night streams, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming. Thanks, you guys, very, very, very much for playing. I'm giddiously happy.
Thank you for doing the
So-
work, Caleb.
Yeah.
Goodbye and good night.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Good night.
Goodbye.